Hi everyone, this is Integrated 3 KC7 on radical functions. Okay, now if you remember, radical functions are ones with square roots. So we are going to be talking a lot about square roots. So the first section 1.1, is on inverses. Okay, now what is an inverse function? Okay, an inverse function is a function that will undo another function. Okay, think about this as reversing something. Okay, to do that, we are actually going to reverse our variables or switch our variables. Okay, now we usually use x and y. And then our notation, you will see f of -1. That -1 means it is an inverse. Okay, so for example, we are going to go ahead and find the inverse of f of x is equal to -x, or the square root of x, plus 5. Okay, now to do that, remember that f of x is the same thing as y. So I'm going to rewrite this using y instead of f of x. And when I do that, I'm going to switch those variables. So this is now going to become x equal to the square root of y plus 5. At this point, I want to solve for y. Okay, if I solve for y, that is going to be my inverse function because I reversed my variables. Okay, so to get rid of, or to get y by itself, I need to get the square root of y by itself, so I need to get rid of that 5 by subtracting 5 to both sides of the equal sign. So I get x minus 5 is equal to the square root of y. Now to undo or reverse a square root function, all I have to do is square it. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So that square root is gone and the squared is gone, and I'm left with y by itself is equal to x minus 5 squared. Now I can write a -1 with the y to denote that it is my inverse function, and this is my final answer. Okay, second example. I want to find the inverse of y equal to the cubic root of x plus 7. So again, I'm going to switch my x and y. So this becomes x is equal to the cubic root of y minus 7. Add 7 to both sides of this equal sign. I get x plus 7. X plus 7 is equal to the cubic root of y. Okay, now to get y by itself, I need to get rid of this index number 3, and I can cube it instead of squaring both sides. So these cancel out, and I'm left with y by itself and x plus 7 cubed on the other side. And again, I could use that -1 to denote that this is an inverse. And last but not least, the inverse of y is equal to the cubic root of x plus 3 plus 6. So I want you to pause the video and try this before I go over the answer. Okay, remember that you do need to switch this. So go ahead and pause it so you can try it on your own. So I'm going to switch these, and I get x is equal to the cubic root of y plus 3 plus 6. Okay, just like before, I cannot get y by itself until I get all of this by itself. So I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides of that equal sign. I get x minus 6 is equal to the cubic root of y plus 3. Now to get rid of that cubic root, I cube it. These are gone now, and I'm left with y plus 3 is equal to x minus 6 cubed. Okay, now y is still not by itself. I have to get rid of that plus 3. So I'm going to subtract 3 to both sides. Now be careful, okay? When this happens, when you do this, do not combine these two. Okay, they are not the same thing. I mean, they both are constant, but that 6 is with the x inside the parentheses. So you can't just subtract a random 3. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite it with the 3 in the back. Now y is by itself, which is my inverse. Okay, so again, last question. Pause your video and try to work this out. Okay, so this is including division, and the opposite of division is multiplication here. Okay, so I am going to switch my variables first. So I have x is equal to the cubic root of y plus 9 over 5. I want to get rid of this 5 first by multiplying 5 to both sides of the equal sign. So they cancel out on my right side, and I have 5x is equal to the cubic root of y plus 9. Now it's the same thing as before. Let's get rid of our cubic root by cubing both sides of the equal sign. Now it's gone, and I'm left with y plus 9 on the right side and 5x cubed on the left side. Last step to get y by itself is to subtract 9 to both sides, and I get 5x cubed minus 9 equal to y inverse as my final answer. And you're done.